Welcome friends to another video, welcome to another GaVo scented week, this time around week number 19. Basically this is my weekly fragrance rotation, therefore I'm gonna give you the two fragrances that I'm gonna wear throughout this week, this scented week. Let's start with the first one. This is the fragrance that I'll be using during the day, and this is from the house of Manchera and it's called Pearl. Somewhat of a I don't know, hidden gem type of fragrance. Also, in some places, it's quite hard to find. I had no issues in procuring this fragrance. But this is a very interesting, very curious fragrance, if you ask me, especially because it's marketed as a women fragrance, which honestly it isn't. This is definitely 100% a unisex fragrance, and at least for me, in the first third of the life of this fragrance on my skin, this is quite manly, and this is mainly because of the fig note inside. I'm a big fig note fan. I own quite a few fig fragrances. Basically, I'm always looking for new additions in my fig fragrances collection, if you want to call it like that. And this one grabbed my attention quite a long time ago, but it was quite hard to find it. Then afterwards, it started to pop up on more retailers, so I could purchase it. The fig inside this one is very beautiful. It's very strong, but it's also not the fig that you are expecting. This isn't your regular juicy, fruity type of fig. This is fig leaves and the fig tree bark with a lot of dustiness. Mainly, the fig tree is renowned for managing to attract a lot of dust. So if you ever stood near a fig tree, you would have seen that there is a lot of dust on the bark of the tree and also on the leaves. And also you get that sensation of dustiness when smelling, for example, I don't know, the leaves, for example. This is exactly what Pearl manages to produce in its composition with the fig note found inside. Think about Philosikos from Diptyque. Think about Bois from Masaki Matsushima. They both have the same interpretation of fig like Manchera Pearl. This one can actually make you cough if you're not, let's say, accustomed to this type of interpretation, because it's very dusty. It's so dusty that it basically, if you're not, let's say, careful where you apply it, and you apply it too near to your nose, you're gonna have some difficulties. But it smells simply great, and I love it. But it's not all about the fig, because the other main accord on this fragrance is the floral bouquet found inside the heart of this fragrance, which is made out of jasmine, violet, and rose. A very powerful, very beautiful, very brightful, very elegant, very comfortable jasmine note in this one, at least on my skin. The rose is very subdued, and the violet, basically just like the rose, it's also subdued. So basically it's all about the jasmine. You get a very interesting combination between this dusty fig and this beautiful, somewhat sweet jasmine note, which is quite interesting because somewhere in the heart, on my skin, this turns into dusty sweetness, which is simply amazing from an olfactory point of view. But you also get some other fruits inside. You get white peach, and you also get apple. And to my nose, the apple inside this one is green apple. And you're gonna feel this green apple note, especially after the dustiness of the fig settles down and it transitions to the jasmine note. You also have in the base some musk, white musk, and some ambergris, but basically this fragrance is all about the fig, the apple, and also the jasmine. So three main accords in this fragrance. I like it. I do find it to be quite a funky type of fragrance. This isn't your regular fig fragrance, which is, I don't know, very brightful, very revigorating, very energizing, very uplifting. This is more, if you want, a fragrance for party people, to be honest. I do find this one being worn better in cooler days compared to warmer days, mainly because it has a very, very big quantity of sweetness in the background. And you're gonna feel that one, that sweetness from the first sprayer. So it's very interesting. I like it. Performance wise, this is absolutely amazing on the skin, but even on fiber, it stays 4 days. Very good projection and exceptional sillage. So this is the first fragrance. This is my fragrance throughout the day. Therefore, for the evening or for the night, when I come home, I take a shower, I change to something more comfortable. I need to wear something that makes me feel clean, that manages to make me relax. Therefore, I went with something really nice, and this is Bergamotto di Calabria from Acqua di Parma. This is from the Blue Mediterraneo lineup, which is basically an aromatherapy lineup made by Acqua di Parma, and this is all about bergamot. One of the most beautiful, most natural feeling bergamot notes found in perfumery. Um, you do have some other citruses inside the composition. You also get some woody notes, but on my skin and for me, it's all about that bergamot, which is very beautiful. It's very uplifting, very energizing, but also at the same time very soothing and very, very calming. It's a really nice fragrance because it makes me feel like I'm on holiday. I don't know, I'm somewhere in Italy, in southern Italy, for example, and I'm sitting on a beach watching the sunset and whatnot. This is the exact feeling that Bergamotto di Calabria manages to induce me every single time that I wear it on my skin. And I love it, just like I love the whole house of Acqua di Parma and just how I love this whole Blue Mediterraneo lineup. This isn't the best in terms of performance from the line. I would actually say that this is quite probably the worst from everything in the Blue Mediterranean lineup, but the natural sense of bergamot and also the way that it makes you feel is really, really on top with the others. This is also a fragrance made, if you ask me, solely for hot weather, so for hot summer days. And in reality, in hot weather, this one performs better than it performs right now when it's, let's say, moderate temperatures outside. It's mid-April, there are 15 degrees Celsius outside. So performance-wise isn't the best, but in hot weather, it does perform a bit better. These are my two fragrances for this GaVo scented week. I highly recommend them to you. Give them a try if you didn't already. Buy samples, buy decants, test them out on your skin, see how they perform, and only afterwards go ahead and purchase full bottles. I'm gonna see you in the next one. As always, my friends, be safe, be good. Peace.